right now, somewhere in this country, a 19-year-old just finished her welding apprenticeship program. She passed her American Welding Society certification. She logged her 2,000 hours of on-the-job training. Her employer is thrilled. Her community college is proud. Her local workforce board funded it. And now, her state wants to report out on it. But none of these entities really talks to one another, at least not with consistency. Her record, her proof of funding eligibility, her competencies, her skills, her employment outcomes, her certifications, they all live in 6 different systems, never designed to shake hands. We think that the problem with workforce data is that we don't have enough of it, but in reality, we are drowning in it. SIS systems track enrollment, learning management systems track completion, Rapids captures apprenticeship hours, HRIS systems hold employment records, UI wage records are really the ground truth about whether or not someone actually got a job. CTE programs report to Perkins, workforce investment boards report to Wagner, Pizer, and WIOA through the Workforce Integrated Performance. However, none of it connects. The result? Every single actor in the workforce system, the individual, the higher education institution, the workforce-related nonprofit organization, the funder, the policymaker, their career coach, they're all flying partially blind. And they're paying what you could call an invisible tax, the hidden cost of redundant data entry, of missed eligibility, of delayed funding, of duplicated services, and programs that can't totally prove what they're worth. And here's what makes this urgent. AI and the rapidly changing workforce is not sitting around waiting for us to get organized. Large language models have crossed the capability threshold in multiple occupations. In fact, that's been the conversation of this conference almost the entire day today. McKinsey is estimating that around 30% of tasks could be automated by 2030. Goldman Sachs imagines that about 300 million jobs globally will be disrupted. The anxiety, it's real. But the bottleneck here isn't skills, it's signals. When a worker upskills, when they earn a credential, when they complete a work-based learning, when they finish their program at a community college and transition into a new employment opportunity, the labor market can't see it fast enough. The signal is trapped in siloed systems. The person is invisible to employers. The employer needs are invisible to the workforce board. The program is invisible to funders, and everyone is invisible to the policymaker who's really just trying to figure out what is working. We're essentially trying to navigate a 100-mile-an-hour labor market transition with a paper map and a broken compass. So what if we stop treating workforce data as if it is an administrative burden, which I think we all feel, and we start treating it like public infrastructure? Just think about what we did with the interstate highway system or with the electrical grid. We aligned on shared standards. We agreed on building with interoperability in mind and building with safety in mind. We made the investment collective because the benefit is collective. And that's exactly what my team at Craft Education envisions for public data infrastructure and the workforce ecosystem. Let's imagine a learner record. You have competencies, you have employment history, you have credentials, you have work-based learning hours. Imagine that all travels with someone, securely and with consent, across every single touch point, from a community college SIS through their employer's HRIS system, to the state workforce system, and then made visible through the UI wage record system, and then readable by the social services navigator who is helping that person identify SNAP benefits or childcare. Probably the thing that's going to make the most difference on whether or not that person takes the next opportunity. This isn't a fantasy. Technical standards exist. What's missing isn't more technology. It's political will, it's shared responsibility, and it's shared investment. And yes, AI will displace some jobs, but AI also gives us for the first time the ability to make sense of the messy and unstructured data that lives across all of these systems, if those systems are connected. Machine learning models trained on linked wage records, on credential data, on program completion data, can tell us with precision which programs lead to family-sustaining wages, which employers are genuine apprenticeship partners, and which workers are at the highest risk for displacement before they've ever even been reached. And AI isn't just a threat to jobs. Used well, it could be the analytical engine that makes public data infrastructure actionable at scale, but only if the data is there, and only if the pipes are built, and only if we treat learner-worker records and system interoperability with the same seriousness that we treat financial records. And that 19-year-old welder? Well, in this future, her credentials are made visible to every employer within her region the moment that she completes her program, with her consent, of course. Her career coach is automatically notified when she completes and is able to connect her with job placement support if she needs it. Her state can count her in her Perkins outcomes. Her apprenticeship sponsor gets credit for her successful completion. Her UI wage record then closes the loop 6 months later, demonstrating that she is earning above the self-sufficiency threshold and is able to advance in her career. Every actor in the ecosystem gets the signal that they need when they need it, without her having to tell her story 12 different times. This is what seamless data exchange looks like. And this is what reduced friction for human potential looks like. And this is what craft education is building toward. So, what am I asking of you? If you run a program, audit your data access. Ask yourself, where does learner data go when someone completes a program? If the answer is nowhere useful, fix it. Talk to your SIS or LMS provider about interoperability standards. If you are a philanthropic organization, fund the connective tissue. The unattractive data infrastructure projects. These projects are what's going to help prove that the more attractive direct service projects really are working. And if you're an employer, demand portability. Ask your ATS vendor why you can't receive verified skills-based credentials directly. Ask your HRIS vendor why your training investments are not resulting in shareable records. You are sitting on workforce intelligence that can transform your hiring process and your community. And for all of us, in a world where AI is moving faster than we can even track, do we want the humans who are navigating this transition to be visible or invisible in the systems that are designed to support them? Build the infrastructure, connect the systems, make people visible. And come talk to me.